My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I appreciate you tuning in today. Well, this is our first episode for the month of May, and let me tell you, I have learned a lot. I had gone through a lot, and last month being April, and I told you that this second quarter of 2022 should be a change. And it definitely made a change for me. Well, most of you know that I did celebrate my birthday, and I had a great time. And I want you to understand that, you do need to take time for yourself. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the hustle and the bustle and trying to make our goals and make bills meet and things like that, that sometimes we don't take out time for ourselves to help us refocus, re-energize, understanding what it is to kind of get us over the hump. So let me explain something to you, that even in my challenges of being in quarter number one, if you will, quarter number two thus far has presented another challenge for me personally, and that is the challenge of not or continuing to doubt my skill set, my ability to get things done, meeting deadlines and timelines and things like that. And you wonder what I'm talking about today. Well, I had the opportunity to work on a video, if you will, for a good friend of mine. She was on the show earlier this year, being Coach Maxine Johnson, and she had a TEDx talk. And what happened was she had come to me and asked me whether or not I felt as though I can shoot her video for her. We have been talking over the years about getting things done, and I was not sure whether I could get it done for her. So you know what I did? Initially I said, yes, sure, why not? Let's go get it. Let's do it, right? I prepped and I prepped and I prepped. I needed that time away for my birthday because we had shot it about 4 or 5, 6 days prior to my birthday. And for me to go away from my birthday, it allowed me to take a break, to take my mind off of the challenges and doubting myself. So what happened is I shot the video. They asked me to do it on a green screen, and I thought it was done. Well, the reality is they asked for a little bit more post-production than I had first anticipated. Just to be honest. Whether it was creating a stage for her on a digital level, whether it was trying to work with the sound, whatever it was, and to work with an individual that was based out of Australia. Now, let me tell you that, 12, 14-hour difference of where that individual was located and myself, the communication challenges were immense for myself because, hey, I would do something, but while I'm doing something, that individual is asleep. So I'm waiting for a response and things like that. So what I'm getting at is all of my studying, all of my skills, all of my patience, everything that I had to overcome over the last 10 years being in Chisholm Group LLC had to almost culminate in this one project to say, you know what, Maurice, you can get this done. I had to encourage myself to get this done. So from shooting it, of taking my equipment to a location, preparing myself, setting it up, understanding lighting, understanding sound, understanding camera angles, to even bringing it home and sending it to that organization, and the day after my birthday getting an email to say, hey, great video, but this is what else we need you to do. And then for the next week of constant back and forth of challenging me and my skill set, I'm going to be honest with you, it was a blessing because it pulled skills out of me that I forgot I had. Or those skills that I had learned in video production, I have not had to use since I studied it years ago. So I'm here to tell you today to not give up on those moments or those dreams or those, as I call, information that's not relevant at that time. I have a little term that I say with the kids. I'm not, I'll share, I keep it between us and the kids, myself and the kids. But there are sometimes when we have this information that we intake, and sometimes we feel as though it's not useful information, and not understanding that, you know what, that's sometimes that little bit of information can be the difference of you doing or not doing a particular situation or a project, or getting that job, or asking for a promotion, or excelling to whatever the next level is in your life. I'm going to tell you right now that for everything that I have done and everything that I have accomplished, it has taken years and years and years of practice, years and years of studying, and even years and years of me just sitting on it and not doing anything with it until the opportunity arose. That was really challenging for me because I didn't realize that as the organizer were asking for more and more things with this video, that I actually already had it in my back pocket. When I looked it up, she asked a question, I looked it up, and I was like, oh, Maurice, there you go, right there. Like, what are you concerned about? Oh, well, Maurice, you had done this for this particular person here, and you've done this for yourself over there, and why are you questioning yourself? Why are you doubting yourself in this position, in this circumstance, in this situation? Just because this person asked, now you want to get frustrated and flustered and things like that? Well, I didn't get that way, but sometimes we ask ourselves because we could see ourselves getting to that point. And sometimes we don't understand why we're there. You know, we get a little antsy and jittery because we're doubting ourselves instead of taking a step back and looking at the situation and say, you know what? Yes, I can do that. I.e., like Maxine has said to me, along with that individual who said, you know what, Maxine, can your video editor do this? Can your video editor do that? And every time the video editor, the individual asked me as a video editor to do another task, I was able to come up to that level of expectation. How many of you today have been doubting yourself to get to that level of expectation? How many of you have been doubting yourself or questioning yourself whether or not you are qualified to get it done? Sometimes we feel like we're not qualified. Sometimes we question ourselves so much that we talk ourselves out of the situation and not taking advantage of it. Today, I want to tell you that you are qualified. And even if you feel like you're not qualified, you might be overqualified just because this is what they have in the job description. You feel like, hey, you know what? I haven't done that. But sometimes we don't take a look at our resume and say, you know what? I did that particular skill, action, whatever it is in this particular job. And just because you didn't do it a lot, you can be refreshed and move on and blow it out the water. So I want you to understand today that you are qualified to get it done. Believe in yourself. Believe you're going to get it done. Believe that you are that individual that can make a change. You are qualified.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.